Okay, great. So now we are live, and here we go. Okay, so we'll start with the first thing. Now, normally whenever you build a software, you have to follow SDLC, right? In fact, when you join any IT course, it might be IT Com Science, maybe MCA. So when you want to join any IT course, this is they will teach you about SDLC, right? They will teach you about software engineering. Okay, so just hold on. Okay, I know you can't see me. I'm not sharing my face. I'm sharing my screen, so you can't see me. So currently I'm Johnson here. Okay, so okay, so yeah, so when you talk about any software development thing, so they will teach you about SDLC. Right now, SDLC is very, very important because if you want to build a software, you need to understand you have to understand different steps. So SDLC stands for Software Development Lifecycle, and this is how it goes. So whenever you want to build a software, first of all, you have to plan it. Then you have to define the requirements. You have to design it. Now, when you say designing, it's not about GUI. Okay, normally when you imagine designing, you always imagine about UI. That's not the case every time. Oh, you can't see my screen, everyone? So you can see Telusko Learning there. Just click on that. Just click on Telusko Learning. You can see the screen then. Okay, so normally when you build a software, you have to follow all the steps. And designing is not about UI. Designing is about creating different diagrams like DFD and ER diagrams and all those things. Then we actually build the project. It includes UI, it includes the backend part. And later we go for the testing phase where you actually test the software and ultimately will deploy the project. This is your normal SDLC. Now there are different ways of implementing SDLC. One of the way is using waterfall model. So people do use waterfall model. I mean, no one uses now, but then people earlier used to use waterfall model where you have to follow all the steps. Initially, you have to take the requirements. Once you get all the requirements, you have to start with the designing phase. Once you have done with all the designing, you have to start with implementation. Once you complete the entire implementation, you will go in testing phase, and then you will go into deployment phase, you will go into maintenance phase. Now, what will go wrong here is you cannot go back. Example, if something goes wrong with the implementation and you went into testing phase, you cannot go back then. Okay, so once you reach to a particular phase, you cannot go back. That's the drawback of waterfall model. Okay, if you want to see my screen, just click on my name there. Either it will be Telusko or something, so just click on that name. Okay, Vishal, you are muting me. So who will talk? Okay, so so you can see. So if you get any problem in this testing or development or deployment, you cannot go back. That's the drawback with waterfall. And most of the time, when a client gives you a requirement, client is not sure about the requirement. Okay, so client is never sure about the requirement. And based on that requirement where client is not sure, you are designing the system, you are implementing it, and the first phase itself is wrong, and you're building everything. Everything will be wrong, right, ultimately? It's something like you want to eat pulao, but the requirement you are given to the chef is for biryani. Of course, he will give you biryani, right? And you don't want biryani, you want pulao. So yeah, so the first phase itself should be proper. So requirement gathering is very important. If this is perfect, you will start the designing of the system. If something goes wrong there, then you'll be having issue with the implementation. Okay, so you have to make sure that every phase is perfect, and you can never be sure that your phase is perfect. And that's where we will not be using waterfall model in our project, because if you follow waterfall model, what we will be doing is we'll be doing everything together. We'll be taking the requirements together, we'll be building it together, so we'll not do that. And this will be using Agile model. So this project will be built using the Agile model. Now, Agile is very new now, so instead of building the entire project in 1 year, what we will do is we'll break the project into small tasks. So it goes in iteration. We'll be having iteration 1, iteration 2, iteration 3, something like that. And in each iteration, we'll build the entire thing. Example, planning. So let's say the first iteration. So the first iteration for this project would be a feedback model, because since this is our first time, so we'll build. So instead of building the entire website together, we'll only focus on this feedback module. Website, you have a feedback module, right, where you can enter your name, you can enter your email ID, then institute name, year, and message, and you can select whatever you want. You can select knowledge, innovation, interaction, communication, and overall. And when you select that, when you click on submit, the data will be stored in the database. Again, I've taken the easiest of all, because since this is the first time, so we'll go for the easiest iteration. And whenever you select the iteration, you have to make sure that you are selecting the first one, which is easy to work with. So in the first iteration, we'll be building only the feedback model. Okay, and again, we'll be doing this live. Now, how? Okay, when I say live, what exactly it means is, initially will be, okay, first of all, let me check the comment in this. Okay, I'm also getting some comments in the YouTube video. So it says, hi, there. Okay, it's fine. Anyone there? Yes, you can keep it updating, committing changes after you have done with the changes. Yes, you can also use GitHub for maintaining the changes, whatever you have done there. Oh yeah, so okay, that sounds good. So in the first iteration, we'll be building the feedback page. So what I'm expecting now is live coding on Monday. So Monday evening, we'll be doing the live code of this. Okay, first of all, let me check what is Monday. It would be, I guess, 17 April. Yeah, so we'll be doing Monday the live. So what we'll be doing is, so we'll be doing the coding part of this. We'll be doing the coding part of how to take the requirements, sorry, how to take all these details and save that into database, and we'll also deploy this. In the first week itself, we'll start with the deployment. So we'll make the module and we'll deploy that on the server, so that you can actually see how to make a project, how to, I mean, not the big project, but then a small module, how to deploy that on the server. You know, that will give you enough confidence so that you can continue. And by the time you can learn Java, you can learn Spring MVC, you can learn Spring Boot. Okay, so this is what you have to build. Now I need your help here. I want this page to be created. So if you love HTML, CSS, JavaScript, just redesign this page with the same fields. I want username, I want your email ID, I want institute name, I want year, and then I want a message with all these fields. And you have to also implement Bootstrap here, because we want to make a responsive website. Okay, when I say responsive, it means if I open this website on the laptop, it looks good. But the moment you open the same website in the mobile phone, example, if I go to inspect element, if I say where's inspect element, let's say more tools. Okay, not here. Right click. And if I say inspect element, if I change this layout to a mobile layout, you can see it still looks good. So when you make a page, you have to make sure that you follow Bootstrap. Okay, everyone got the point, right? What you have to do? So by Monday, now this video is live. Now if you are watching the same video as on YouTube, because this video will be going public after half an hour. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that, you can also send the page if you're good at designing. So design the same page, and we'll try to use the uniform colors. So I want a white background as of now. So the background should be white. We'll use the same logo. In fact, we are planning to also change the logo. And the links will be something like this. So just design this page once again, so that on Monday I will use your design to write the Java part of it. Make sense, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's it about this session. If you have any queries, you can also post that in the group. So you are the members of the Facebook group. Congratulations for that. Let's build something awesome, and by building this, we'll also learn new things. Even it will be a learning curve for me as well. No, we'll not be using JSP and servlets in this project. Yeah, we'll be using JSP, but not servlets. We'll be using Spring MVC. And don't worry, it's not difficult to learn Spring MVC. So you can just watch my videos on YouTube. So go to YouTube and search for Telusko Spring MVC, and you will get the playlist. Watch that playlist, and you're good to go. Also learn about MySQL, because we'll be building we'll be also building database for this. So Monday itself, we'll be building the database for this, and about from the live session. Thanks for joining, people who are also watching this on YouTube. Thanks for joining. So Monday, same time, around 4:30 p.m., we'll be going live.
Thank you.
Yes, initially you have to only build. Yes, we'll be also using Maven here. Okay, we'll be building the project using Maven. So try to also learn Maven. And what else we're going to do? Okay, what? Yeah, you have to only design the page. The backend part will be done live. And if you want, you can also send the backend. So if you want, you can also do the backend part of this. Let me know if you have done that, and upload your project on GitHub. And do click on this like button if you liked my idea. So I have clicked on this, clicking on your own things. Create your own repository as of now, and let's see how I will create and how do I share with you. So time it, let's create your own repository. Okay, Nitin says, what if a person is not good at designing? That's fine. If you're not good at designing, then don't design it. We'll only work on the backend part. At least you should be something. You should be good at something, right? So last day would be Monday morning. Not Monday morning. Yeah, Monday morning we'll do. What is called verifying all the designs. The Monday morning will do. So Monday, okay. If you're from US, make sure you submit in IST zone. Okay, then that's it. Stopping the broadcasting. See you on Monday. Completely designed so that we can do the live coding. I hope it will be a wonderful experience for you as well. So that's it. Stopping the broadcasting.